What's your craziest story from the ER? So one of my uncles had stage 4 pancreatic cancer, and he was one of those old-school tough guys who didn't trust hospitals, like at all. He was in serious pain for a long time, but he refused to see a doctor until it was way too late. When he finally did, the doctors told him the truth. He had maybe 6 weeks left. Pancreatic cancer is known for being a really painful way to go. So my uncle made a decision. In Canada, there's something called MAID, Medical Assistance in Dying. It's legal, and it lets someone choose to pass peacefully instead of suffering. And on the day it was going to happen, our whole family gathered around his bed. All the paperwork was done. Everything was approved. The medication was already connected to his IV. He was heavily sedated, but here's the part that stuck with me. He still had to be the one to push the plunger himself, and with help from his wife, he did. He closed his eyes. His breathing got slower and shallow, and after a few minutes, we honestly thought he was gone. Everyone was standing around him, crying, saying goodbye, holding each other. About 10 minutes passed, and people started quietly leaving the room. And then suddenly, in a strong, clear voice, he said, "Russell, wait for me." And then he was gone. We all froze, because nobody knew who Russell was. Not a friend, not a family member, not a nurse, not a doctor. It became this weird little mystery we'd bring up sometimes over the years. But then, years later, my aunt passed away too. And when their kids were going through her things, they found an old photograph. It was my uncle, as a little boy, maybe 5 years old, sitting in a sandbox. And next to him was a tiny dog. On the back of the picture, in faded ink, it said, "Russell, 1944. That was his dog. And ever since then, I can't stop thinking about it. Like, what if our pets really do come back for us? What if they're waiting just to help us cross over? That thought honestly brings me comfort. And I really hope it's not just our brains trying to make sense of something impossible, because that moment felt real.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the